Greetings there and welcome to another video. Today we have my new desktop. In this video I'm just going to be showing you guys a little bit about this new desktop and I guess just how I got it and yeah, that sort of stuff. I'm going to be sharing with you guys the system specifications of this desktop as well as the actual case. I'll show you guys what the case looks like in a little while. So yeah, let's jump over to here and let's check out the specs. So for the specs, we have an Intel i5, or well, for the CPU, I apologize, we have an i5 4670K CPU clocked at 3.40 gigahertz, and I believe that also has a turbo boost speed of up to 4.4 gigahertz or something close to that. We also have 4 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM. We have a 2 terabyte 7200 RPM hard drive. And, yeah, this is a pretty nice computer. I don't actually know the graphics card type. I actually just moved over my graphics card from the test bench, if you guys remember the test bench. I moved the graphics card from that computer over to this computer right here. Since it is a pretty good graphics card, I just decided to move it over and, yeah, just to use it in my a lot faster computer, because this has a way faster processor than the test bench. As you guys can tell by the 4th generation compared to the 1st generation i7. Yeah, this is an i5, so it's not like maxed out or anything. And of course it's not maxed out, it's a 4th generation i5. I believe this is an overclockable CPU. I know the suffix K typically means overclockable. However, I'm not sure if you can overclock i5 processors, but I don't know. I think you can, but we'll find out in the future. I'm actually going to be turning this guy into a cloud storage for myself and possibly my family, but mostly for myself because, yeah, it'll be kind of useful, kind of nice to have as a just kind of a, not going to be anything fancy. It's kind of just going to be a wireless external hard drive, basically. So it's just going to be sitting somewhere in my room in a corner or something. Yeah, and I'll be able to like wirelessly connect things. And we do have an optical drive. I'll show you guys that a little bit later, since you guys can probably not see it right now. Yeah, we'll jump over to the computer in a minute. But yep, here's the BIOS. You can see we do indeed have the Western Digital 2 terabyte hard drive. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is currently running Ubuntu. Actually, it's dual booted with Ubuntu and Windows. As you guys can see, 2 partitions: Windows Boot Manager, Windows Boot Manager, and Ubuntu. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump over to the computer and let's just show you guys the computer. So here is the case. I'm actually going to take the tripod, or I apologize, the camera off the tripod so I can show you guys around this case. It is a pretty big case. I say pretty big. It is a massive case. Yeah, it's actually really nice. It is a a Cooler Master case. I think this is the model Hoff. I think that's what it is, but don't take my word for it, I guess. But you can look up Cooler Master Hoff and maybe this will show up. It is a pretty nice case. You can see we've kind of got this translucent window on the side of the case. That is the left side, to be precise. Anyways, yep, this is the optical drive I was talking about. It's just a standard, I think, rewritable drive. No, it's just a DVD-ROM, not rewritable. But yeah, here we have our USB 2.0 ports. This is actually optional. You know, I didn't configure this, but the previous owner configured this. So I'll actually talk about that in a little while. But yeah, I'll talk about how I got this in a little while. Up here we have 4 USB 2.0 ports, a FireWire port, and an eSATA port. You can see we've got our headphones and our microphone port, and we've got indicator LEDs. On the top over here we have our power button. You can just see it just says Cooler Master and then a couple stickers. We have I think I already said this, but the power button and the reboot button. And over the top, I'm actually having to stand on my toes to do this because it's such a big case. But to be fair, it's also on a dresser. But yeah, up here we kind of have just a nice huge fan for more ventilation. Just helps kind of keep the computer cool inside. And here we just have this like little mesh. I don't know what this is for. It's just kind of a rubber thing to set here. Maybe it's a cup holder. You know, maybe I can set my cups there, but whatever. So yeah, as I said, here's the ventilation. Another fan right there. On the back, we've just got some more ports. I will slide this case over for you guys. But on the back, we have some lovely ports. Right here we have my 2 USB cables, one for the mouse and one for the keyboard. And then here's the HDMI cable, and we have 4 USB 3.0s on the back, 1 HDMI port, or actually 2 HDMI ports, one for the graphics card and one for the actual integrated graphics on the motherboard. Yeah, and then we've just got this Wi-Fi card that I actually put in here myself. This is the graphics card. Very helpful. TechBizmo, very, very helpful. I can definitely see the graphics card. I will open this case and show you guys in a moment, so just stay tuned for that. But yeah, right here we've also got another fan for more ventilation. I love how this computer has so many fans. It's actually, like, pretty silent. Like, actually, I can only hear a little bit of fan noise. It's not that bad. And the main fan that's actually making noise is the CPU fan, if you guys will see in there on the heatsink, which I actually configured myself. It actually came with a standard Intel CPU cooler, and I just swapped that out with a what is it? It is a, I don't know, I forget the model. Maybe it'll come to me later, but yeah, it was actually a lot more quiet when I had that Intel heatsink, Intel cooler. But now that I got a nice cooler CPU, because the thermals were actually okay, but they weren't great when I had that Intel cooler. But now they are awesome, as you guys may be able to see right there. You can see this is the idle temperatures. It is pretty good. Look at that. Actually, it's pretty good. So yeah, I have nothing to complain about. I really do like this computer. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and just loosen these finger tight screws. There also is a cable, as you guys can see, from this case fan. We'll go ahead and disconnect that since it's really not going to affect us. So there we go. Yeah, it's just a nice little fan. There's the case door. Very, very nice. And you can actually see this fan actually lights up. Looks extremely nice in the dark. I just love how it looks. And here's the inside. So as you guys can see, the cable management is not the best. However, it's the best of my ability, to be honest. And I'm a pretty neat person. So, I mean, it's good enough for me, good enough for what I need, and good enough for what the PC needs. It's not going to overheat or anything with this. So, I don't have to worry. We'll set you guys back on the tripod while we're looking at the inside. So, yep, right here we've got that heatsink I was talking about. Then down here we've got the graphics card. Very, very nice. Then we've got our power supply. I actually swapped this out. It originally came with, well, the original owner put in a different power supply. I don't remember the brand or the model it was. I still have it, but it's in my closet, and I don't really want to have to get that out. But yeah, here's some of the fans I was talking about. We've got one fan up there, as you guys can see. And then, yeah, that front case fan. So, yeah, pretty nice. We've also got a fan on the graphics card, of course, to keep that cool. I actually don't know the actual model of the graphics card. I will leave it in the description to let you guys know if you guys would like to know. It's a pretty old graphics card, however, it gets the job done pretty well. Yeah, anyways, let's go on to how I retrieved this desktop. So I have a good friend, and his name has been undisclosed because I'm not sure if his parents want me to say that, but yeah, so I have this good friend, and he's actually my best friend, but yeah, I have this good friend, and his mom and his dad are actually very good with computers. They actually own quite a lot of computers and computer parts and stuff, kind of like me. They had this one kind of just laying around, just collecting dust. It was, it's just a nice server. It was just collecting dust in their house, and they just said, "Here, do you want this?" And I was like, sure. And then I was like, I'll get that off your hands, I'll take that off your hands, and here I am now. It's a pretty nice computer. What it included was what they included for me was a power supply, no RAM, the CPU was included, there was the Intel CPU cooler, no hard drive was included, the optical drive was included. As you guys can imagine, the case was included, and the motherboard was too. As I mentioned several times, this graphics card is actually my own, so yeah. Well, anyways, guys, I think that is pretty much it. I think I've shown you guys enough of this computer for one day, and yeah, you can see it's very, very nice. Here's the optical drive. I keep showing you guys stuff that I've already shown you. Well, guys, it is the end of this video now. I thank you guys very, very much for watching this video. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and don't forget to check out some of my other videos. That is youtube.com/TechBizmo.